With Jason Richardson, Nasir Kaur could be key as well for the Triplets. And for Houston, Brewer with Garland Green, the top rebounder last year, and co-captain Jalen Johnson. Their coach, a Hall of Famer from the Houston Rockets, Calvin Murphy with Chris Haynes.
Coach, you made your debut in the BIG3 as a head coach last week, got the victory. What did you learn from your team and the league?
First of all, I didn't realize how physical this league was, number one. It's hard coaching and not knowing how they're going to call the game. I've been fortunate that I have a team of scrappers out there. So it was a learning experience. This is much tougher than the NBA.
You said it, Coach. I'll leave it at that. Best of luck today, Coach.
Appreciate it.
Back to you guys.
He's having a blast in his second game coaching in the BIG3, and this man needs no introduction, but we'll give it anyway. Julius Erving didn't coach last week against Detroit, but the doctor is here in Baltimore today, and I think we've got the all-fashioned matchup between coaches.
No doubt.
Here in Baltimore. Field goal scout, first to 50 wins, no game clock. The shot clock is 14 seconds. Free throws, you get one shot for 2, 3, or 4, depending on where the foul occurred. And bring the fire. Coach's challenge on a foul. They'll go one-on-one to make them earn it, and you get one per half. Let's do it on Vice. And the first shot missed by Johnson for the Righands of Houston. Early thoughts, what are you watching for in this matchup? Game 3 or 4 today.
Harrell, because I think he's unstoppable in this league, right? I'm looking for plays like that, and I thought he was great to start the game. I looked at him and said, he's going to be a problem, and I don't know what happened, whether he didn't get the ball or he disappeared. It's just, you know, first week, whatever it was, but he could be a real problem for a lot of teams offensively.
Jason Richardson, short in a 3. He has a big week coming up with his son Jace in the draft on Wednesday. Just up the road in Brooklyn as Brewer scores. He'll have a chance at 3 for the Righands.
And another thing about this league is there's a lot of different ways to be good. You can be good in the post, like Montrezl right here, spins, finishes, or you could be good like Brewer, just finding different ways to make an impact.
Now, Houston without Gerald Green for the first 4 weeks, sitting with a knee injury. So in the meantime, they've elevated Brandon Moss to their group of 5.
Yep, body bag. Another guy that can make a big impact. The thing about the league went down to 8 teams as Kaur knocks down the 3, showing his range. The talent pool went way up.
Yes. And it's going to mean a lot down the stretch, too. You have 8 teams vying for 4 spots. That last week could be crazy in Los Angeles before the playoffs. And even tiebreakers will be a little easier as Green hits in a foul. We'll have a chance at 3. They'll be a little easier to figure out down the stretch. Everyone plays each other once.
Correct. No doubt about that. Here's Garland Green. You know, when he first got to the league, everyone was saying, oh, it's just Gerald Green's brother. Well, he put all that to bed last year. Another guy that just figures it out and makes winning plays. And there's a reason they won the championship. They didn't luck into it. They earned every possession along the way.
Dudes from Texas gave the little horn look there to the camera on the baseline. Good television from Garland Green here on Vice. Catch and shoot Kaur 3 off the heel to Green. And a 6-5 lead for Houston early on. Brewer fadeaway. Johnson elevates and Harrell swipes it.
Yeah, Triplets didn't need to clear it.
Kaur for 2, and that's good.
Now, Kaur can score, and there's no doubt about that.
Never played in the NBA. Went to college at Florida A&M. Second year in the BIG3 last year, part of the Threes Company squad that reached the final. And here he was on the long 2.
Yeah, a little step back.
The Chicago Triplets. Kaur a bit out of control, turns it over. Triplets, one of the returning teams, but they land in the Windy City. Hosted last week, and there is a look at Kaur's first game of this season and what he did last year. Green wants a screen, switched on to Harrell. and scores on him.
I really do like Garland Green, and he underrated shooter.
Jay Rich steps out for three, and Green beats him to it. Green tapped it out last, going for the rebound, and it's going back to the Triplets. Garland Green last year, Scal, led the Big Three with nearly 10 rebounds a game.
You know why? It's because he's in world-class shape, and he can play the whole time. That's part of it.
Oh, bites on the fake and absolutely clobbers Montrezl Harrell.
Yeah, a little pump fake right there. Garland Green went up to meet him at the rim. But it's all good here.
Safe landing. Off the screen, Core takes it himself, then feeds Harrell. And knocked out of bounds, they'll confer. Ian McClenny and Stephanie Barksdale as we get a look.
Yeah, it's good defense by Brewer, but definitely Triplets ball. I'm just watching, like, it's, how are they having so much trouble getting the ball inside to Harrell?
Yeah, Core will take the teardrop. Harrell's 6'7", Scout, but in his career always seemed to play bigger. Obviously a good rebounder, was the 6th man of the year in the NBA with the Clippers.
Yeah, he's got great sequence jumping and timing and stuff like that.
Nice hesitation there by Johnson.
For me, if I'm watching, I'm like, you're establishing him early. You're wearing the team out. But he touched the ball one time, scored easily, and he hasn't touched the ball yet.
And same situation, coming to the side and out of bounds. Yeah, Brewer saying should be Houston ball. And he wants Calvin Murphy to challenge. A little early in the game to do that. You only get one per game unless you win it. Richardson turns the corner and glides in for two.
I hear Jason Richardson spending a ton of time with a bunch of new draft picks, like guys who are going to be in the draft, not just his son, but all kinds of other people he's been working with.
Brewer off glass, missed it. Yeah, loose ball foul here. And it looks like it's going to be the man you were talking about. And Jason Richardson. Oh, Jace's son out of Michigan State. I'll hope to hear his name called. He'll be up in New York coming up for the next few days. Between the Big Three in Baltimore, you've got a Game 7 tonight, the NBA draft, Kevin Durant traded, Richardson off the steal in for two. You've got a little bit of everything in the basketball world right now.
Basketball world's in full effect today.
And the Triplets, a three-point lead, the steal and the stuff.
Yeah, you got to take care of the basketball. Triplets taking advantage of it. Houston, trust me, they'll respond.
Pops can still get up. We've seen that two-handed dunk right there. But Jason, I gotta ask you, man. I know you're in competition. You got a special moment coming up this week with your son Jace in the NBA draft. What's going through your mind as a competitor and as a father?
Man, as a father, just want the best for him, man. I'm excited of what he accomplished to get to this far. The draft coming up on Wednesday. It's an exciting time in our household. Hope we get the opportunity to go somewhere good and see what the future holds for him.
Hey, Jason, as far as this game goes right here, what do you see as of right now in the first few minutes that you guys play? What have you seen that's going to be key to success?
It's going to be a physical game. These guys are really physical. They crash offensive boards. We got to go there and continue to share the ball and play hard defense on them.
Jay Rich, appreciate your time, brother.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
All right, Chris and Scal, one of the all-time respected guys in the Big Three, certainly, but even going back to his NBA days. Jason Richardson, so popular, especially out west in Golden State.
No, and you see other players that come in and watch, and they see him like everyone knows him.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like he's universally well liked across the league, and that's hard to do. You know, by coaches. Coaches respect him, players respect him, and the young guys, they know him because he, you know, won slam dunk contests and stuff like that.
Just trimmed out for Core. And Green with the rebound for Houston. So for the Righands, it's Johnson, Brewer, and Green against Core, Harrell. And into the game comes Chris Allen, number 3 in red for the Triplets. Now we get a foul on the floor here on Chicago. Jason Richardson, twice a dunk champion. His career, he scored over 17 points per game. And he was a mix of a high flyer. He took a lot of threes, too.
Yeah, no doubt. And he had like 2 feet of elevation every time he shot it. No set shot for him.
And with a long lineage in the Big 3 years with Tri-State under Dr. J, they make the move to the Triplets. Coach and player, they add guys like Amir Johnson. You see him on the bench. And then Montrezl Harrell in his Big 3 debut this season at the line now. And the free throw's good for 2. And there's Amir Johnson buried in there as well, a champion with trilogy. Jalen Johnson cans the 3 for the Righands.
Yeah, Jalen Johnson, another underrated player on this team. People don't know how good he is. Very complete. He can guard, he can rebound, play up, guard down. There's a lot of good things. And this is what I was expecting more from Harrell. But Johnson goes with a jab, a lot of space, elevates and fires.
Calvin Murphy, look at this. He's going to bring the fire in now.
Look at him and Doc.
Let's go.
Burn up.
Doc's like mouse in the house. Get out of here. Time to bring the fire, brought to you by Red Lobster. And Montrezl Harrell will go to work against Jalen Johnson. Bring the fire rules. You can challenge a shooting foul. 2 players go one-on-one. This will count for 2 if Harrell scores or is fouled. Each team gets 1 challenge per half. Goes to work and slides in for 2 and a shimmy.
That might be the best bring the fire offensive possession I've ever seen. He went right into his bag. Harrell said, I live for this. In his bag, hezzy, early gather, good sequencing, balls up on the rim quickly.
A Charm City shimmy. And thanks to our partner Red Lobster, bringing the heat all summer long as the official sponsor of the Bring the Fire Challenge. This guy's seems like he's done it his whole life. It's only his 2nd Big 3 game.
Yeah, and this is what I was expecting. Look, week 1, got it going, but you know, sort of disappeared. Week 2, I was expecting a 30 piece, 25 piece. I mean, I know it's early, but I'm not seeing the aggressiveness that I was expecting from this team and from Harrell.
And it left an opening for Houston. Yeah, we're tied up at 17. Chris Allen with the ball for Harrell. Gets his own rebound, and he's fouled by Green.
Yeah, I don't think he could be stopped. I've been a part of this league for a long time. His body position, his ability to play through contact. I mean, he had a nice game. Most of those points were early on. 18 points, 7 rebounds. You see Lance, you see Dwight Howard. But if I'm Dr. J, I'm going to him every time, and he has to ask to be subbed out. I think that will open up the floor for Core and Jay Rich and other guys.
Here's numbers. And a chance at a 3-point play. And off the mark, Brandon Moss in the game for Houston, along with Jeff Ayers.
Jeff Ayers, a big that can shoot the 3.
And Green bodying up into Chris Allen, and it's Allen reaching in. 2nd-year man in the Big 3. Let's go back to the foul.
Yeah, just backing him down, A little too much. You always see that offhand grabbing the hip. And I thought that's 6 fouls. Yeah, it should be 1 shot for 2 points.
Now at this point, you could bring the fire.
Yes.
And Dr. J, after conferring with the mayor, Steve Mix, is going to ignite it. Chris Allen will guard against Carlin Green. Time to bring the fire, brought to you by Red Lobster. So the former Spartan from Michigan State, Chris Allen, at 6'3", Carlin Green with the edge in terms of height, 6'7". And they're gonna try it up just to be safe. One-on-one. And the call to bring the fire on a foul is to make the offensive player earn those points. You could do it by stopping them. Green, couple of fakes, off the dribble, and he misses.
Man, he had a ton of space. I'm surprised he just didn't rise up and shoot it. That's a lot of space for a guy. Even off the dribble, he had a ton of space, but he back ironed it.
For Chicago, the triplets, you've got Richardson, Amir Johnson, and Chris Allen. So 2 former guys from Michigan State, and now they're trying to get the floor cleared up.
Well, they send the guy out with the hand towel, but the guy with the mop was just chilling. Like, he was like, you got to go do the work. Like, you got the mop. You got to do the work. He's watching the game. He's like, oh, man, I got the mop.
Jay Rich was bantering with you. I think he was about to go get it.
I mean, that's what the mop is for. Oh, it's going to be a foul on Houston for their 5th. So the next one, both teams will be in the bonus. Oh, they called the illegal screen. Oh, so it is 2 shots. Fouls are penalized in this league, and you know, the players have to learn how to clean it up.
Yep. And a disclaimer, we see this every year. You probably felt it when you played. It gets better as the weeks go on. New guys into the league, master the rules and the nuances just a little bit more week to week as Allen can't connect. Johnson with the cleanup duty, and he's going to shoot a free throw for 2.
Well, I think also the officials find their footing. Like today,
That too.
this has been as called as tight as I ever seen a Big 3 called. And today it's been consistent. All 3 games have been that way.
Obviously last week.
That should be Triplets ball.
In the bonus. Moss.
Oh, no, it's only their 5th.
Finger roll is good.
Yeah, that's only Houston's 5th, so it's all good. And another thing, I think guys in the second half start finding their rhythm.
Chris Allen fouled shooting a 3 unless his foot was on the line. And it's going to be a 3-point shot for Chris Allen. He was square.
Yeah, he was behind the line. And
Brandon Moss got him.
Yeah, right there on the shot.
So 1 shot for 3. It's up. And it's off. And there's Carlin Green for the rebound. Fires the 3. Jay Rich brings it out. Allen adjusting, spinning, hits it.
And that's what Allen could do. He could score it. That's why he's here. He can get going. He could become streaky. He could, nail off 8 in a row.
And it's 23-19 for the Triplets of Chicago now, their home city. Moss, nice dish by Green. And Green really plays the game well. Gives you so much rebounding, passing. Johnson too much. Jay Rich, the tip missed. Third try, no, and Green on an air ball cleans it up.
Those are the things that this team does. Bivouac, they did it last year. They take advantage of all your mistakes. You shoot a bad shot, you airball it, they're gonna get the rebound and go right up with it.
Allen step back, off the mark. And Moss clears, now drives and goes right in but misses. It's Allen, and that's a three. Halftime in Baltimore, game 3.
That's why Allen's in this league. Gets one going. Look at Allen back up, take his time, and this is what he can do. True league legend, making it happen.
5 points for Chris Allen off the bench. Montrezl for the Triplets with 8 points. And in Baltimore, a 5-point lead for the Chicago Triplets. Over to Chris Haynes with Trez.
Montrezl, Harrell, he's down here right now changing shoes right now. Montrezl, you're out there starting off aggressively, man. Just tell me about your approach in entering this game.
Doing anything it takes to get a win, man. We dropped one last weekend. We was kind of in the same position, so we don't want to be in, get complacent. We don't want to be, just okay with having the lead and just trying to hold it out, and then we start going one-on-one. Nah, let's keep playing how we was playing, man, and pull out a big win, because, it's tough to go down in this league 0-2 and then try to fight back.
Montrezl, appreciate your time, brother.
Thank you, bro.
Halftime of game 3, the Triplets on top of Houston by 5. BIG3 2025 coming in hot to a city near you. Go to big3.com/tickets for all the details. And great to be back with you in the wonderful city of Baltimore. Ed Cohen, Brian Scalabrine, Chris Haynes with us as well. So you were calling for it in that first half. The Triplets making some adjustments, and the key was give it to number 5, Montrezl, did the rest.
Yeah, I mean, that's the guy they have a matchup with. No matter who's guarding him, inside, outside, Harrell can get to the rim. He's great on the second jump. You bring the fire, he knows exactly what he wants to do. Watch this play. Goes up, gets it back, finishes. And I would think he's a matchup problem for anybody in this league. Now let's see if they can replicate the same thing they did in the first half in the second.
18 points last week with 8 in that first half. And working at the block against Jalen Johnson. Not to be denied, but missing that time.
Yeah, very good defense. Johnson did a good job of keeping him away from the middle of the floor.
Brian for the Triplets, Jason Richardson, Montrezl Harrell, Nasir Kaur for Houston. Corey Brewer, who was very limited in that first half. Jalen Johnson and Brandon Moss as Brewer sees it roll off the iron. Kaur against an elite defender in Brewer. Spin move, finish is good, and a chance at 3 for Mr. Kaur.
Yeah, Kaur is really shifty on this play. Brewer, excellent defender. He's got a lot of length. Look at, gaps him, reads it right, but watch the hit and the spin, and hangs with it strong to the basket. I like Kaur in this lead role. Last year he came off the bench for Three's Company. It's going to be interesting to see what he can do over the course of the 8 weeks as the guy that they're relying on.
He had 17 points and 8 rebounds against Detroit last week. Made some threes. Tried to go in against Richardson, and he fouls Moss smartly on the mismatch. But Kaur, he didn't play in the NBA, Scal. Recently was in the basketball league, which is spread out everywhere. Actually was down the road from here in Bowie, Maryland with the Capital Seahawks as Moss is able to flush. But he's a great story, and he's a guy who, over time, could be a really good fit on a good team.
Yeah, no question.
Here he is against Moss. Picked up by Brewer, who wasn't going to beat that time, but it stays with Chicago. 4-point shot for Core. Fouled on it by Moss, and he'll get a shot for 4 from straight on.
So the way we do it here in the Big 3 is he's going to take a 4-point shot. And it's going to be worth 4 points, but unguarded. So I'm assuming this rebound will go long. I mean, if he doesn't make it.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how the rest of the 5 guys deal with this.
When the lead began, this was a deep shot. Now, as Core trains it, this is within their range.
Steps right up. That is a big-time shot. It's 35 feet out.
Moss, big rebound, but gives it up. Richardson has to relocate. That's an air ball, and Brewer with the cleanup for Houston.
That's the thing that the Righands do. I mean, they're down big. They need a bucket. They capitalize on the mistakes. Triplets have the momentum right now. They just got to keep on executing.
Core to the spot. Rebound Harrell. And a chance at 3 for Montrezl Harrell.
I like his game. He switched out. He had the Jordan 1s on. Now he has the Jordan 11s. Doesn't matter. Either way, he's rebounding and finishing around the rim.
Now break it down for us.
Well, I mean, Jordan never won a title in the 1, so you just wear it. Like, I'm wearing them right now, but I'm behind the desk. You can't play in the, I mean, there's so many to choose from.
Yeah.
Pick the ones that he won a title in.
What shoe size are you?
17.
All right.
Wow, you got something for me?
I'm asking for a friend. I'll let you know later. Cash for Harrell.
Yeah, he's playing great. And I'm expecting him to continue to improve. And if Core's doing what he's doing on the perimeter and Harrell's doing what he's doing inside, his team could figure some things out as they go.
Cross-court Jeff Ayers collects, and the 3's not there, but Jalen Johnson crashing for 2.
Yeah, the Righands have a thing they like to do. It's like they like to pound the glass. They don't want to, it's not a finesse game for them. They're trying to figure it out by pounding the glass.
Timeout with the Triplets leading by 9. Dr. J and his squad will talk it over. And we'll step aside from Baltimore here on Vice. It's by 9 over Houston on Vice TV. iHeartRadio is now the exclusive audio home of Big 3 basketball. Download the free iHeartRadio app today for your favorite music, podcasts, and Big 3 play-by-play coverage. Over to Chris Haynes.
Guys, let me explain to you how serious Montrezl Harrell wants this game. This last timeout huddle, the coach was drawing up a play, and it seemed like there was some confusion throughout. Then Montrezl Harrell out of nowhere snatched the clipboard, start drawing up plays, say, you go here, you go there, now let's go, break, get back into it. So he's playing a little bit of a player-coach role for his team. He's desperate right now. They're trying to get this win really bad.
Well, if that's the case, and the player's drawing for you, you got to score it. We'll see what they got.
He's out there with Johnson and Allen. Harrell fires. That's not there. Rebound Brewer. So you got Brewer, Ayers, and Jalen Johnson for the Houston Righands in their black uniforms. Brewer bank shots too much, and there's Harrell. Gets moving to the basket, and he scores.
Man, how about that on the footwork? Little hip shift, crossover. He's pulling out all the stops. There's the cross. There's the shift. There's the finish.
The man from Tarboro, North Carolina. Jalen Johnson against Amir Johnson. Allen retrieves, fires a 3, nails it. And the Triplets feeling it, trying to bring their first W back to the Windy City. And Houston has a problem and a timeout.
All right, take a look. There's the defense. Good job by Amir Johnson. They keep it alive. Allen gets it. We know Allen can score it inside and out. Knocks down the three. We're not used to seeing Houston be outplayed on the energy side. That's what we're seeing today. I don't know what's up with the Houston team, but normally they're flying around, they're playing with a ton of energy. They're the team getting all the steals, the 50-50 balls. Like, they're the team doing that, but not tonight.
And this was the core last year. Garland Green, Corey Brewer, Jalen Johnson, Gerald Green injured right now. 7-1 in the regular season. One loss was to the Ghost Ballers. And last week a win, which was impressive in its own right against DMV Trilogy. And Brewer with that angry look to the basket. Follow miss by Johnson. Third chance with English, and he's called for steps.
I didn't see it, but we'll have to see the replay on that, because I just thought he was battling underneath. See, he gets it back. Oh, yeah, he moves him around a little bit. And we got an offensive foul?
On Johnson.
Oh, wow.
Give and take. Brewer stumbles. Allen let him slip, and we'll get a tie-up, and the arrow says it stays Triplets basketball. No jump balls here.
Right.
It goes to possession.
Oh, interesting. Okay. These are all things, if the league was like this, I might still be playing. Probably not, but.
The definition of an away from the play foul. Not in the big three. Amir Johnson, no, gets his own rebound. Allen for three, hits another one. The Chris Allen show.
I don't know if you can walk down this lead. Allen's offense has been huge for this team.
And Garland Crane will get a shot for two. But the ancillary pieces for the Triplets have really been outstanding today.
Yeah, no question. Even Amir Johnson out there getting rebounds or creating second chance opportunities. But Allen was with the enemies. The enemies were a winning team. They won a ton. And when he went in there wasn't that big of a drop-off between, I think, like one of the best backcourts in the league last year.
Allen again. He's made 3 3-pointers. Here's another one, and that's good. 4 threes. Point game for the Triplets, and they're not just 12 points. The way they've come have totally changed this game.
Yeah, and it's good vibes on this team. See their core, who had a nice start, is out there cheering these guys on. Allen working hard, trying to get some space.
Who's it going to be? Allen for the win. Amir Johnson the tap out. Harrell, who's had a terrific game as well, pulls up, and that one won't go. Third chance to Allen. He wants it. Fourth try now for the Triplets. Harrell for the win now. And Johnson off the save misses.
They had enough. I guess, why not go for the dagger if you can? You got an 18-point lead. So we could have saw that for a while.
Steve Mix and Julius Erving were teammates in Philadelphia, had seen a lot together, and they said, as you said, enough.
All right.
Let's go back to last week. Chicago and Detroit. It was a thriller for one side, but not the Triplets. Joe Johnson, this tied it at 48, and the comeback was complete.
That was a huge shot. They were down big, and Detroit just stuck with it and got all the way back. Huge play, by the way. But this doesn't feel like that. it almost feels like they lost their momentum of who do we go to?
Yeah.
And obviously when you have one guy on the other end, that's Joe Johnson, the answer is clear. But for this team, first week together, they didn't know what they were doing. Now I feel like they have a better idea.
5 to shoot. Harrell steps out and airballs the 3. Johnson can go up with it. Garland Green now hits on the turnaround. A gut check win to start the day by Detroit. With Johnson out late due to injury. Gets 2-0. This is score for 2. Yeah, it's not there. Garland Green, short. And on the pass, Harrell is fouled. It's just the 4th on the Righands.
There hasn't been maybe 7, 8 guys in this league that you just knew, like, it's the game is on the line, the ball would find them, and they were 100% about that. I think for this team, they got to find out who that guy is.
Interesting. This is the hot hand. Chris Allen's made 3 straight threes. Good defense by Jalen Johnson. Really good D. Hayers diving. Allen the intercept. And last touched by Houston.
And I'm guessing, like, having a big cushion allows guys to, I mean, guys do want to hit the game-winning shot.
Yeah. It was Brewer last week for Houston. Harrell to the rim and a whistle. They'll get a shot for 2.
See, this is going to be a problem for the whole league. Watch how quick he gets up. See how he gets contact and he leads with that ball going up? Like, that's unique, especially for a guy with his strength and size.
Do you bring the fire if you're Calvin Murphy?
I mean,
16-point game.
not based off of last time. Harrell got that bucket in like a half a second.
And now Chicago is a point away. Ayers catch and shoot, sticks the 3.
Yeah, not uncommon. He's a really good shooter for his size.
6'10", NBA champion with San Antonio. Just needed 2. Harrell floats it up short. The last point always the toughest. Garland Green explodes to the rim, denied by Harrell. Nasir Kaur. Banker, it's good. And it's over. The Triplets with their first W. They can raise the flag at Chicago as winners.
This is the team that you're going to have to keep an eye on. Okay, they have some guys that can do some damage, and it starts with Kaur. Last year, role player. This year, a lead guard. You got Allen coming off the bench. Harrell, you got to keep your eye out. Good drive with the closeout, good contact, and nice finish off the glass.
A lot of contributions. Harrell, Allen, Kaur, vital for the Triplets here today. And their first win at 51-34 over the championship core of Houston. And they're now 1-1 in this Big 3 season. Over to Chris Haynes.
Trez, I got a question to ask you. First of all, congratulations on the win. First win of your Big 3 career. Can anybody stop you out there?
No, not when I feel like it. When I got the ball in my hand, I don't think nobody can stop me, man. Even if I miss a shot, it's just something mechanical-wise I did wrong.
Trez, there was something I kept hearing from you. You kept telling the opponents, seems like the boogeyman is outside. What did you mean by that?
That's what I am, man. You seen it, bro. When the boogeyman pop outside, no telling what's gonna happen, man. I told Body back there earlier. I had someone. That's what it is, man. Like, I don't know what's up with people around here or just in the world in general, man. doubting my game and doubting my work, bro. Y'all done lost y'all mind. I put the work in every day all summer. I put the work in to get myself back on the floor from a horrendous knee blowout in the ACL, the meniscus, bro. And I'm showing you I'm here and I'm far from done, bro. So the boogeyman is who I am, bro, because I'm telling you, when I pop outside, bro, you see what happens when I get active.
Trev, hell of a game, brother. Take care, man. Back to you guys.
The boogeyman is alive and well.
Boogeyman could be a problem for the Big Three.
And the Triplets were the problem today. Winners against Houston by 17 on Vice TV.